Alright everyone, are you hyped for this race? 30 minutes into the race. Oh my god, I joined at the worst moment for Coltaho. No! So I'm Plus and I'm gonna be doing commentary for the last 5 minutes of the run. So this is gonna be fun. But yeah, really unfortunate here for Coltaho as he gets a death. That would actually cost him quite a bit now. Hopefully he will be able to catch up, probably by a mistake from Vascos at this point, because there's only like just a little bit left of the run. Right, so Vascos is on the last level of the game, of this category, I should say, and it can be a tricky one, as Coltaho right now spawns the Tower of Time by shooting at showing the scroll to the elders. He's gonna summon the Tower of Time. Tower of Time can be a really tricky level. There are like a lot of death traps, so we'll see how it goes. So you see here, there are like a bunch of lasers in this level. This is by far one of the trickiest level, I guess, in the game, because those lasers can deal 4 damage, and they are the highest damage, like object, I guess, or enemy. I don't know what you want to call it in the game. Vascos gets really bad energy here with the wizards in this room. What you want in that room is to actually not have the wizards on your way, so that was like really unfortunate for Vascos. And oh my god, Vascos just like barely clutched that one. He missed like a road dart, he didn't grab the wall and almost fell into a laser. That would have been like a... It was like gonna be a minor death, but the cutscene trigger and of course the going back on the platforms waiting for the cycles would have been like kind of weird. As Coltaho gets a death right here. That room is just like so weird sometimes. And another one right now, Tower of Time shows you that this can be like really risky, really difficult for most of the runs. Those lasers can like one-shot you. Once you die, you respawn with 3 HP, so you spawn with the HP that is, you know, you can get one-shotted by all the traps. Every single trap will deal 3 damage or less. And I'm getting bad energy as well. Meanwhile, Vascos is going through Tower of Time with relatively ease, so he's having 6 HP as well, so that's safety, I guess. A lot of runners used to go with 5 HP, now I think that many people will go for 6, just because they want to guarantee a safety like pillow in a Tower of Time. Coltaho is done with the kind of a tricky part of Tower of Time. The upcoming ones, of course, are a little bit difficult as well. It's not going to go for damage boost, but depending on if he wants to play really risky, we might see something, I guess, that we probably don't want to see happening in our run in a race. And Vascos approaches the end game, and according to Dragon Strike in chat, Vascos is on a PV pace. That's really hype. Going into this race, both of the runners were actually next to each other on the leaderboard. Coltaho is 12th if I'm not mistaken, and Vascos is 13th. Vascos doesn't have a sub 36 if I'm not mistaken. I'll quickly check it right now. No, Vascos has a sub 36, Coltaho doesn't. And Vascos now on the last fight, and this is going to be the finale of this race for him, depending on how he does with the boss fight, of course, the Arcane Golem. a boss that can be a little bit tricky sometimes, but once you get the hang of it, it's not really that difficult. So what you want to do is like pretty much cheese, I guess, the fight. It's not really that cheese. You pretty much stand on that safe position right there, and you slice. You get cloud step, and you stay always next to the boss face. You deal damage constantly, like that. Usually the boss does an attack or two, but by doing like that kind of cheese, I guess, you deal like a lot of damage consistently. And Vascos is getting a PB, by the way. He got a PB by 7 seconds right now. GG to Vascos. As Coltaho is actually not that far away, despite all these deaths that happen right there. He's approaching the Arcane Golem fight right now. So that's actually quite good for Coltaho. It means that he had a really solid rest of the Tower of Time. So as Vascos had a really clean Arcane Golem fight as well. Really solid Tower of Time. He got a couple of hits and unfortunate RNG with the Whiz Robes, but it happens. I believe I can actually change the sound. Just give me a second. There we go. Just like some hype sounds in the last fight of as Coltaho is fighting the Arcane Golem. So a couple of last hits there for Coltaho to be done with the fight. And with me I have the winner of the race, Vascos. Vascos, GG man, on the victory.
GG's. Oh, this race was pretty close.
Yeah, there were a couple of unfortunate things happening for Coltaho in Tower of Time. You guys were like really close. Glacial Pig had a death for Coltaho, as he finishes, by the way, the race with a time of 37 and 30 seconds. GG to Coltaho as well. So Vascos, what do you have to say about the race? Unfortunately, I didn't really do commentary for the most of the part, but I caught up a little bit.
When did you join? Did you see my Roxton?
I saw that you had a little bit of an unfortunate fight.
Yeah, bad RNG, and I also played bad, so I lost a lot of time there. But otherwise, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you got a PB by 7 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. So GG on that. It's always nice to cut down the time little by little. So it's pretty neat. We might have Coltaho joining us as well. I'm not sure about it. And for those who are asking in chat, this is a group stage. Vascos, Coltaho, Kuningas EST, and Mr. Dino are in the Group A. Kuningas actually got 3 victories out of his 3 matches in the group. And right now, Vascos and Coltaho both played their second match. They still have to play one more with Mr. Dino. I know we have Coltaho here with us. GG Coltaho, what do you think about your run?
I think it started off really neck and neck. It was a lot of fun. It's pretty clear where everything went downhill on my side.
Yeah, it was like that room, particularly in Glacial Pig, is known to actually cause deaths. Many runs die in that room because, you know, they missed the rope dart and you hook on the platform and you fell down, of course. It's really unfortunate that happened in a race, especially since both of you were really close.
Yeah, I promised myself that I would stop trying to rope dart in that section on races just because it's so risky, and I don't know why. I just chose to do it. So
yeah, as I said, rope darting there, if you miss it, you hook the platform and that leads you to a death instantly. That's like extremely unfortunate. And of course, in Tower of Time, I mentioned in the commentary that if a death happens, and that's like what happened to you, you are set on those in that 3 HP mark, and everything pretty much can kill you in Tower of Time after that. So we saw that happening in Tower of Time. Like, quite unfortunate as well.
Yeah, no, at that point, it happened to me last race too, where I'm in Tower of Time. As soon as I'm already dead, like all my nerves are already there, and I'm already upset with myself, and I just lose it, and I stop focusing. And deaths are very easy to find in Tower of Time when that happens.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, what are your plans so far for the Messenger? Do you think that you want to continue in this category, or do you have like plans for other ones as well?
I would like to get around to 80% with clips eventually, just because it's so long without clips. But I don't know when I'm going to get around to it, honestly. It's a pretty long run still.
Yeah, I started learning any percent as well, but I'm going to do without clips. So
The no out of bounds. Yeah, it's about 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's a little bit longer, but it's definitely kind of like a glitchless, I guess, feel you can get, I guess. There are like a couple of glitches that you can do, of course. So you guys are gonna face Mr. Dino and Coltaho. This is actually not the last chance for you. Like this, you're not out of the tournament yet. You know, if you actually win against Mr. Dino and Mr. Dino wins against Vascos, we might have a crazy scenario for triple tie, and that is gonna be like crazy if that happens.
Yeah, that'll be really interesting if it does come down to it. Might be even more fun to have a three-way race.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be funny.
For sure. As I said, this is probably the strongest group so far from what I've seen. You know, you have, of course, the world record holder, really consistent running in races as well. And you two were really close on PBs as well. And so is Mr. Dino. Mr. Dino has, I believe, a time of 39 or 38. And I'm pretty sure he can get it down by a couple of minutes as well. So it's really interesting to see who's going to get out of this one. Looking forward to the next matches.
Yeah, for sure. GG, Vascos.
GG. Well played.
All right. So I believe we have a race tomorrow. If you guys are interested in more Messenger, let me check real quick the schedule. Yeah, there is a match tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Match between Broachman and Skyfox. So I'm not sure which channel that's going to be, but if you want to see more Messenger 8-bit, make sure you tune in for that one. 3 p.m. tomorrow. So yeah, I didn't really do commentary for the longest part, but I hope you enjoyed the race. It was like a really close one. And thanks once again for Speed Gaming for everything. So I hope you have a good day. See you, everyone.